Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel. Today might end up being one of my better videos, or I might end up having to write my first apology video. I don't know. Stay until the end, find out with me. You see, I've been receiving lots of comments saying, hey, you have to do some reaction to the Pepsi Center concert. And I want to, but it's hard for me to find an angle because I've seen it many times. I know every pixel of that concert. So what I could possibly provide to you to make that an experience worth watching. And I think I find an angle. It's weird because my approach to these reactions is I will share a second song that I think might be a good match with the first one. But I just chose the most vulnerable moment in Pau's presentation. So what could I even put together to that doesn't damage the experience of the first one or doesn't debase the value of that first presentation?
That one's for you, Anton.
And I agree with you. I don't want to do that. My recommendation will not be about how emotional Pau's presentation is. I wouldn't want to compare anything to that, but will instead be more related to the beautiful melody of Error's closing song, Breathe. So not so much about the specific presentation in the Pepsi, but about the beautiful song in the album, even if we are watching Pau together. Don't expect me to break. I know every sob of Pau leading into the moment where she can hold it together and breaks. I've seen it many times. I feel every time, but I won't break up crying. I hardly do it, much less with a camera in my face. So we can share that moment together. We can chat a little bit about it. Don't expect me to break up crying. And I think if you decide to stay for the second half, I think I have found a way to give you something that is really worth watching. So let's go listen to Pau. Okay, I have now the video loaded. Everyone is always told to watch this song with the subtitles activated. I have them more for your benefit than for mine, because I speak Spanish. There is actually two mistakes in the translation that I will point out to you. One is irrelevant because it doesn't change the meaning, but one is pretty significant, so I will point out that one to you. Let's listen to this very vulnerable moment from Pau, the warning Breathe, live from the Pepsi Center.
Bueno, esa siguiente canción, yo había dicho que nunca la iba a tocar en vivo, porque es una canción muy personal. Pero viéndolos todos aquí reunidos, es increíble pensar que hay 8,000 personas ahorita aquí que nos vinieron a ver a nosotras.
There's the first mistake. She says there are 8,000 people here right now who came to see us. She never talks about love. She puts all the words together, so it's kind of mashed up together. So I can see why maybe the auto translation picked it up wrong. That's irrelevant. The next one is a big one.
Y honestamente, estoy medio enferma, mi voz no está súper bien, pero les quiero cantar esta canción. The water's getting way. No, la necesito cantar, oigan.
Here. She starts to sing, the crowd starts to sing with her, and she says, no, comma, I need to sing this, as I need to take this off my chest, as please stop, this is something I need to do. If you don't take it into account that space after the no, I need to sing this, in Spanish, it would be, I don't need to sing this. That is what is written there. But that's not what she said. She says, I need to sing this. Please let me. I need to sing this. Which is, I think most people understood because of the context, but it's radically different to what is written in the subtitle.
I thought it learned to keep me warm, but it's reaching down my throat, and it's freezing all my bones still. I try to reach over the endless waves. Can't call for help, so I'll just call my name. But not even I can hear. I'll just disappear without a trace. Is it so wrong to want to be alright? Perfect in pain, it's the same all the time. I try my very best to stay afloat, but there's something down there that just wants me close. And I beg myself to breathe, but there's nothing within reach now. Is it so wrong to want to be alright? Perfect in vain, it's the same all the time. Muchas gracias. Los quiero muchísimo.
Oh, well, she was completely overwhelmed, and she not only in the end, all the song you can see she's barely keeping it together. The one who did the post production on the videos we're watching, I think did very well in keeping. You can hear she's hard breathing, and I think it's important. It's something you would take out on any other recording. I think it's a big part of what's happening here now. I remember when they published this, I saw the phone recordings first, but I remember when they published this on the official channel, that it was up for a day or two, and then it was taken out a couple of hours, I don't know, 12 hours, and then it came back online. That I thought is maybe she's not completely comfortable sharing this so openly. I don't know. It's a pretty special moment. You can see she didn't say 8,000 people who love us. It's not what she said, but it's exactly what is happening here. I hope, because I've seen recent interviews or even the Alanis Morissette cover, she's more stoic now. She seems kind of annoyed even. And I know that they must deal with haters and people talking way too often, and it can be tiring. I hope she knows. They're smart, they know, but I hope they take the time to remember from time to time that there are a lot of people rooting for them, that they get the gig to perform in the EMAs, and there's people all over the world celebrating like it's a goal from our team. You see her so vulnerable there. I hope she knows. I hope she knows there is a lot of people rooting for her. Okay, now let me attempt to convince you that I can show you something after this, which sounds by itself sounds like a very dumb idea, to grab the most vulnerable moment of the band and tell them, yeah, but also listen to this other thing. I hope I can pull this one off. Let's talk a little bit about the second song. All right, I'm back. So, Error was the first album I ever heard of The Warning. And I remember when I finished how different and beautiful and fitting end I thought Breathe was. It was a very simple song with a beautiful melody and sung with a very palpable emotion. My thought was that the singer was a great storyteller. Beyond not so much because of the lyrics that are important, but because of what you could feel through her emoting in her voice, because it was no video. So what I will try to show you next, it's not aimed to make you emotional in the same way as the Pepsi Center performance we just saw. What I try is to bring you something that it reminds me in the beauty of Breathe. So I actually went big. This that we will be hearing next is a song by one of the founding fathers of Argentinian rock, that is Luis Alberto Spinetta. What we will be listening to is actually a cover done in a tribute that was done to celebrate his body of work by a duo from San Juan, Argentina, that's called Cande y Paulo. That lady, Cande, she has that ability to emote and generate. I don't think I need to tell you all. I just hope you appreciate the beauty of their interpretation of the song. So let me get the computer ready and let's start listening to some music. All right, everything's ready. Let's listen Cande y Paulo from the tribute to Luis Alberto Spinetta, Barro Tal Vez.
Si no canto lo que siento, me voy a morir por dentro. He de gritarle a los vientos hasta reventar, aunque solo quede tiempo en mi lugar. Si quiero me toco el pues mi carne ya no es nada. He de fusionar mis restos con el despertar, aunque se pudra mi boca por callar. Ya lo estoy queriendo, ya me estoy volviendo canción. Barro tal vez. Y es que esta es mi corteza, donde el hacha golpeará, donde el río secará. que esta es mi corteza, donde el hacha golpeará, donde el río secará para callar. Ya me apuran los momentos, ya mi sien es un lamento, mi cerebro escupe que al final del historial, del comienzo que tal vez reemprenderá. Si quiero me toco el alma, pues mi carne ya no es nada. He de fusionar mis restos con el despertar, aunque se pudra mi boca por callar. Ya lo estoy queriendo, ya me estoy volviendo canción. Barro tal vez. Y es que esta es mi corteza, donde el hacha golpeará, donde el río secará para callar. Y es que esta es mi corteza, donde el hacha golpeará, donde el río secará para
All right. Well, so either I want you, please, because I was very self-conscious about doing this video because of the importance of Pau's performance of Breathe. But I think I am kind of proud of having in my channel these two songs together. Let me know in the comments if you stay up until now, and what do you think of this song. I think they are not nearly as well known as they should. I will leave in the description of obviously this performance their channel, but they also did a Tiny Desk concert. I think they play 6 or 7 songs there. Again, beautiful interpretations there. So, you know, the YouTube thing, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, give me some recommendations in the comments. Tell me what you thought of this one. I really, really like this one. I think I just paired 2 beautiful songs. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.